Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 123 of Trials and Trebuchets. And I'm your Dungeon Master, Luke.
1, 2, 3, it's
Joining me are my players, whose names are as follows.
My name is Ben, and I play 1, 2, 3 Wallaby.
Oh my god!
The wizard Windsor Wallaby, who's level 7. He's a gnome
Level 7.
with his little cute cat, Mr. Wiggles.
Meow.
Oh, let me pet you, Mr. Wiggles.
No!
Oh my god.
Let's make a purring noise.
I don't know how to do that. I'm not a voice actor.
Brr.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's the sound you have to make with your lips to be able to play a
Right.
trumpet.
Hello all, it is I, Carla, and I play the level 7 Tiefling Roguelock, level 5 Rogue, level 2 Warlock, Integrity, Idleberry. Blackbirds yelling in the dead of night, take these broken times and let me cry. Oh, a knife. Artist has been waiting for gazebo to arise.
Oh my god, what?
Again,
That
this
didn't
is
make a
not
lot
how
of sense,
gazebos
but it
work.
sounded pretty nice.
Wait,
I
no,
love it.
because okay, we don't know if it's claws. What if it's a knife?
It's really setting the tone for what we're about to find out.
Oh no.
Hi, I'm Sarah, and I play Mira Marchand, the level 7 half-elf bard. My god, where is Artis? We cannot find our mentor, so we try the gazebo. Looking for Artis we go. Nobody, nobody,
And my name is Sam, and I play the level 7 human sorceress Serenep Cinderman. Watching Luke try to mouth exactly what I'm going to say is a wonderful task to watch, because heck, if anyone else can say what the heck I just said without skipping over it, they deserve a prize.
I don't like being called out that I do lip sync to all of your guys' intros. And last time on Trials and Trebuchets, the students sat on the pool deck and spoke about their guilt with letting Ferdinand die and getting everyone involved in the entire situation in the first place. Afterwards, they went in search of their mentor, Artesian, finding no trace of the elf, but instead finding pebbles and voices in the walls. After searching his home, the infirmary, the Hall of Voyages, and the Planar Research Department, they made their way to the greenhouses, and quickly solving a puzzle which previously confused them, raised up a gazebo from the ground, a lift down into the Undercampus, now covered in deep gashes and rust-colored stains, which is blood.
Thanks for pointing it out, man.
Which is
For the
my God, it's
uninitiated,
blood?
it's blood.
oh
What?
my god!
I thought
What?
someone
It's
just
blood?
like spilt paint or
No.
something.
No, it's blood.
It's
It's
blood?
blood.
Oh, I thought there's like just like a random robot who have like rusty parts.
Yeah, what
Damn.
the
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 fuck?
entire
Oh,
gazebo
yeah.
is
You're gonna
actually
just
made of
spoil it
metal
like
and it
that?
keeps
Wow,
oxidizing.
unbelievable.
Yeah,
So,
honestly.
This is where we are. It is past midnight on this early morning in autumn. You're on campus. You're next to the greenhouses. This hummingbird statue just flapped its little beautiful wings and pulled up from the earth this gazebo. You all gathered around to feel this warm air rush out from beneath the campus. The ground beneath you warm underfoot as well. And in this lift itself, you see no body, but the stains of blood, dried, as if this transpired fair amount of time passed, and the deep gouges in the stone itself, as if blades cut into it deeply. What do you want to do, students?
Ah!
Oh shit.
Are you okay, Winsler? Was this here before?
No, this wasn't here before at all.
So someone came after you.
Or something.
It sounds like something really bad might have happened to Artis. Is everyone okay if I cast the spell to try to find him? I'll try to make sure that nothing goes wrong, and I'll try to remember all the steps right and the words and everything, but is everyone okay with that?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. I'm gonna like take a second and
Yes.
like pull my instrument out and like take a lot of very sort of like deep breaths first, and like I'm gonna first like pluck the notes just like to hear that they're in tune, and then I'm going to sort of strum and chant, and I'm going to cast Locate Creature, a new spell that I have because I'm a level 7 half elf bard.
Pog. What does that do? Could you
creature.
read it for me?
Yeah.
Level 7. That's max level, y'all. That's pretty impressive.
We're never
Max
going to reach another
level.
level.
Describe or name a creature that is familiar to you, artist, artesian. You sense the direction to the creature's location as long as that creature is within 1,000 feet of you. If the creature is moving, you know the direction of its movement. The spell can locate a specific creature known to you or the nearest creature of a specific kind, like a human or unicorn, so long as you have seen such a creature up close at least once. If the creature is under the effects of a polymorph spell, this spell doesn't locate the creature, and it also can't locate the creature if running water at least 10 feet wide blocks a direct path between you and the creature.
Okay. That's interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Very specific.
Really specific.
That's like vampire rules. I thought you were going to go with like and lead and other stuff, but just running. Okay. Interesting. Okay. In that case, thank you for reading that because it clarifies the course of action and the events which will transpire, Mira. So you pluck these notes. It does, as I already said in the last episode, your arm feels like it needs a tune-up badly. And that's was already like a feeling that you had just by it sitting there. It wasn't sitting perfectly right because you had it for a few weeks before this entire endeavor, where it was properly tuned up and you were regularly, if there was a problem, meeting with Professor Olaro to fix it. But now after the skin changing affair, it does feel out of tune almost, and it becomes incredibly noticeable to you the second you try to use it for its purpose, right, which is to play music on your lyre or other similar instruments, stringed instruments. It just feels a bit off, not perfect, right? Not anything that would hamper you, but just like it needs to be sorted out, I think.
Okay.
You cast a spell. You cannot detect artist's artesian. You know the spell worked properly, though.
Okay.
That's a yikes.
Okay, it's not fuck. Okay, it's not giving me anything at all, and I don't know if that means there's something blocking it, or he's not here, or he's not I think maybe we should find some other way because it's not really working also.
I'm going to take a chance at something.
Uh-huh. What are you gonna do, Abba?
What?
If you
going.
change your mind.
Oh my god.
Abba, sorry, I mispronounced it. Abba's on the mind. What are you gonna do?
I'm going to like close my eyes and try to see
Ooh.
if I can get. So I know that I sort of feel desperate at this moment, so I'm going to be like, perchance that artist has his orb with him, and knowing that there's like a possible connection, like we can connect to each other there from like last time when we were both in the progenitor's lair.
Yes.
I just
Yes.
at least want to make sure that he's alive, so I'm going to like progenitor, I don't mean to disturb you or anything, but I just want to make sure that my mentor is fine. How's artist? Is he alive? Is he here?
So as Integrity does this, the rest of you, it might be easy to perceive. Integrity, not so much as you're focusing intently. That same, I guess I should say, Integrity, you focus your efforts magically and mentally on almost the same way you would focus to cast any other spell, or that do the specific feat of magic which you've been able to do ever since you made that deal with the progenitor, that awakened mind telepathic link with other people you can see. You most pull upon that part of your being to try and contact the progenitor. And you all see while Integrity does this, first of all, the squawking of "I" from the rooftops and trees surrounding you stops suddenly as soon as she begins concentrating and like closes her eyes and does this. And then you start to hear the sounds of birds hitting the deck as they all fall to the ground.
Wait, like
What?
They're
Are they like? Do they look alive?
Are they like reacting to her doing warlock magic?
That's a good guess.
Can we roll Arcana?
You could roll Arcana or Nature.
Wait.
Time to roll some
I think
dice.
those are the
I'm
same
not trying to
scores.
kill birds here.
Never mind.
too powerful.
Which nature's +1, arcana is
Holy shit.
+3. Ooh.
21.
3 + 3, that's a 6.
Winsler?
4 + 7. That's 11.
So 11, 6, and 21.
Ugh.
And Integrity, you're focusing and don't notice this. What were you rolling, Mira? Nature or Arcana?
Arcana.
Okay. In that case, Integrity.
Two of my spells in a row failed. I'm panicking.
Yeah.
I'm not
Oof.
focusing that well.
Something's going wrong with like
Yeah.
magic is wonky. You do feel like a pull on magic generally, but that's not notable. It might just be like a bit of exhaustion washing over you. Serenep, you acutely notice some of the birds. They hit the ground. It looks fairly. What were you rolling? Nature or Arcana?
I was
Sorry.
doing Arcana.
Okay, so you feel this same like pull upon your being as Mira does, and Winslow does to a point, but less so. Similar to as if you were casting a powerful spell, and you might be able to interpret what has occurred as some sort of power beyond your understanding has exerted itself upon the local area, if that makes sense. Which is to say, warlock powers have affected the local area, and you communicating in this way with the progenitor in your waking mind, Integrity, have done this. A note that all of you see, Winsler specifically, since you asked, you do see birds hit the floor and hit the ground. You then see them, despite taking a very substantial fall, most of them stand back up and are just generally quiet and fly away, leaving you all in silence for a bit.
That's creepy.
Integrity, you don't go unconscious. You don't lose your senses or anything. You still feel very much as if you are standing here in this, like around the greenhouses. You still feel the cold breeze on your skin. You still feel the warmth underfoot, but your vision shifts to that room, that lair, as you described it, that belongs to the progenitor. They are seated and look to be almost fastened to a chair that is made of the same material as them almost, and of the same material as the floors and the walls and everything else, and they're almost fastened to this chair. And they look at you, this cobra head with black scales attached to this humanoid body, its undulating skin, and they will look at you and say, "What do you need? Why are you here? Are you looking for the tall one?"
And I'm just going to nod my head.
You see a forked tongue quickly not eject. What's the word I'm looking for? You see the progenitor's forked tongue flick out of their mouth and then back in, and it'll say, "I was watching you and the cold one. I was not paying much attention to the tall one. Are they dead?" They don't feel dead to me.
Is there a way for you to watch them, find out where they are?
Is there anything in that for me? If I tell you where he is, are you going to go kill him? Take from him what is yours? Control over might, which he does not deserve?
The tall one deserves the orb of might. He's one of the strongest people I know.
Just out of mercy, you want me to tell you where the tall one is?
Well,
I gave you powers so that you might do my bidding.
if he is
Be an
not
extension of me,
if
and all
he-
you've done is pry and speak of hurting me.
if he is not accounted for, the orb's not accounted for.
Make a persuasion check with advantage. No, actually, just make a persuasion check. Not with advantage. Sorry, I lied to you.
How dare you
How could
lie
you?
to me?
It's a nuanced situation, you know? It's difficult.
Okay. 13 plus 5, 18.
The progenitor flicks its tongue, not standing up at all, and will look around and will say, "You are an agent acting in my best interest, and I do agree, knowing where this orb, where might be, is important. The tall one's weakened in a place I cannot see. The cold one was so close to you, within striking distance. Why do I give you power if you are not using it to accomplish what I want you to? You killed the Ascendant. What of the others, though, who hold might and power?"
Was the cold one, I didn't know that the cold one was close to us. We were there.
I showed you. Long ago, I showed you where he was.
I've never been to that place. I don't know what that place is.
When you start doing things for me, I will start doing more for you than I already am. And it sits there, restrained in a chair, exerting some sort of pressure onto you, Integrity. You feel warm around the neck.
Uh-oh.
As if a snake is sitting on your neck, but there's nothing there when you look.
Someday, I will find them.
And kill them, and take what is yours, as you will do with might as well, and open the hatch. I promised you power, and I promise you so much more if you only let me be free. Anything in this world that you want. Wealth, a dead one to return, just happiness, just freedom from me.
I'm going to try and hidingly pinch myself to try and get me wake me up so that I don't have to make any specific promises.
Yeah. As quickly as this arose, Integrity, this image in front of you fades. As soon as the thought crosses your mind of how do I get out of this without saying anything, it just fades and you are back. It almost melts into the ground, like rain into the dirt, and you're back standing on the campus, still feeling the cold air, still feeling the warmth underfoot. You see the birds standing up. You see your friends looking at you, however they are looking at you.
He's alive. He's weak, but I don't know where he is. Should we go down there?
Yeah, are you okay?
She's sweating. Integrity is sweating badly, a cold sweat all across her body.
It's like I took a bath.
That sounds refreshing.
I'm going to conjure a
clammy,
towel.
uncomfortable bath.
Oh.
A glowing towel.
A glowing little towel is conjured for you, Integrity.
I'm gonna whisper to myself, or the progenitor's enticing.
Hey guys, let's go let's go into the undercampus.
Wow, you sound kind of enthusiastic about that, Serenep, but I guess we should go.
It has been a long
You guys
day.
are gonna. Oh my god, I'm gonna die.
I thought we
I'm
were
dying.
on our way down.
Oh, okay. Sorry, there's
Artist might be
miscommunications
down
about this
there.
stuff.
Let's go.
Okay.
Yeah,
We
let's
gotta check it
go.
out.
So Integrity whispers that to herself, almost under her breath. You all take note of it. There's an awkward silence, and then Serenep suggests that you just go on down. So you all crowd into this stone gazebo, and you feel the ground start to sink. Winsler, of particular note, you do not see your scale anywhere. This is where you had left it. You had jammed it between the floor of the actual campus, or the path of the campus, and the descending ceiling of the gazebo, so as to signal that this is where you had gone. It is no longer there.
Oh well.
And so you descend, and as you go lower and lower into the ground, the temperature really increases. That cold sweat Integrity was feeling after her conversation with the progenitor fades very quickly and is replaced with the sweat of heat. Heat as if you were in a blacksmith's shop for hours. Just that dry warmth from fire. And as the lift reaches the bottom, you see before you smoldering wood, or not smoldering wood, I guess, burnt wood on either side of this passageway. It's a stone floor that curves downwards into the darkness. A pointed, peaked ceiling. On your left is a broken door, and on your right is an intact wooden door. Winsler and Serenep, you remember going into the door on your left, which is now splintered and broken. Little bits of it hang on the hinges, but the majority of the door is burnt on the ground. There are more of these deep, probably 6-inch or more deep gouges into the stone.
Holy shit.
Looking as if they were like cut in there with tools or something. And then there's more blood. Winsler, you see glinting in the distance near the top of that slope, your scale a bit scuffed up from falling on the stone, but intact.
I wish.
What do you all do?
I want to go grab it.
I followed the
Okay.
destruction through the door.
Yeah, something clearly went that way.
You run into that room. While Winsler, you run to pick up your scale. Winsler, as you pick it up and brush the ash and dust off of it, almost if it's been sitting here for a few days at this point, even though you have a memory of just this happening yesterday, you listen for a moment and you hear rushing water coming from down that slope and like almost a putrid smell.
Ooh.
Yeah. And you see, last time you saw eyes looking at you from the darkness, this time you see no such thing. And not eyes as in like eyes looking at you through the walls, like eyes of like little critters scurrying around, right? Like bats and mice and stuff like that, but you see no such thing. Serenep and the rest of you, I presume, but correct me if I'm wrong, but Serenep at the very least, you go into this room, this golem hideout, as it were. You see piled in neat stacks the component pieces of the Jeeds, disassembled for easy storage, maybe with a little bit of a tarp or a big canvas cloth put over them so that they don't get all dusty. You don't see Ari. You do not see Ari, the clockwork golem.
Okay. Whatever it is that this damage might still be here, so I'm not going to make any loud noise, like to call for Ari, because that might draw attention to us.
Okay.
I'm going
Okay.
to move deeper into the room.
Okay. Mira and Integrity, what are you doing in this moment?
I'm following.
Okay.
Yeah, I've never been here, so I'll
Yeah.
just.
Okay.
Lead the way, Serenep.
But I will ready like
Mm.
something. Like I think I'll ready my squall, which is and my rope, just because like those are the ones that I'm most familiar with. Just in case, because this is not
Okay.
a welcoming place.
Yeah, I'm gonna get my my
Four.
trident ready, like in my hand, like ready to
Mm-hmm.
possibly
You
attack.
pull out a small fork and it goes and it extends into a big fork.
Can I have a little bit of flourish with it? Like I spin it once in my
Yeah.
hand like a pen, then it kind of
Yes.
flurries out like that.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Very good.
And then Serenep's hair like flows in the back.
And she has a fucking magical girl transformation.
I just imagine that, like, honestly, like, I just imagine, like, in her free time, like, where she generally has nothing to do, she'll, like, flip it around in her hand just because, like, it's something really cool to, like, mess with.
Yeah.
Like one of those, like, expanding, like, poles.
Yeah, it's very fun.
That people get. So it's like, yes.
Since we're all
Since we're all
like
yes.
readying stuff, I also want to look around. Is there like a brick?
There's a piece,
I was about to say, you get the scale ready to throw at somebody.
Is there like a brick lying around?
there's a small piece of Jeed that is like brick sized because the Jeeds are made of these like very square cut stone. And so like the part I think that is like their head that sits atop of their rectangular prism bodies is a smaller brick sized rectangular prism that's made of like this hard gray stone.
Okay, I would
That you
feel
pick
kind of
up.
bad weaponizing a Jeed, so I'm just gonna conjure a glowing brick.
Okay, you conjure a little glowing brick. Mira, did you want to ready anything? Perchance?
You know, I don't have the greatest faith in my magic right now, but I think I'll just keep my hand on my
girl.
instrument.
Okay. All right. And the four of you creep further into this golem sanctuary.
The brick gives off light too, by the way.
The brick gives off a faint blue glow.
I almost
What
thought it was more like a pale gold.
Oh, beautiful
Ooh.
then. It gives off a pale gold. literally for 123 episodes, anytime you conjure something, I imagine it is bright blue.
Nope. It is
okay,
pale
glad we cleared that up.
gold.
Okay, a
Like
pale.
an LED light strip, it changes colors as you want.
Imagine the color like platinum blonde almost.
Oh, perfect. Sure.
Oh, nice.
And so you all walk forward. The room is lit by this faint light from Winsler's hands. The shadows as all of you move around, dancing on the walls. You move through these brick archways that make up this room, almost like a bunch of chambers that are connected by archways, until you approach the ending one, the one Winsler and Serenepth you recognize. There's a large vine archway with a door in it, which leads back to the plane of Isithil, that I'm sure all of you are very happy to see.
No.
You, Mira, and Integrity, your minds flash to red snow immediately upon seeing it, like the saturated flowers on the arch. And so you all walk up to this. You see desks lining the walls. You see the like cloths and like blankets in like the little cubby underneath the desk where Ira sat. And make perception checks for me.
Oh my gosh, we're doing lots of perception
What the
checks
fuck?
today.
Why am I so bad at rolling? What do I
Use a
have?
different die.
Oh my god.
But this is usually yeah. I'm gonna switch die anyway. That's an 8. 5 plus 3.
13.
13.
Oh, that's so good.
I got a 17.
17 plus 2 is 19.
Oh, yeah.
Okay then.
Oh no, we found something bad.
And what did you get, Integrity? 13?
13.
Okay. Integrity, you are distracted very easily. Full stop. End of sentence. By some notes that are underneath this. I think both you and Mira are distracted a bit by this. The notes in the little cubby area, which Serenepth and Winsler wouldn't be distracted by because they know that's where Ira was taking
Taking a small siesta.
taking a little siesta.
Ira Lindman, heart, just several times written on that paper.
There's a paper down there that has what looks like a sarcophagus sketched in like black ink on a piece of paper. And it looks like crumpled up and thrown down there. But you pick it up and uncrumple it, and it just looks like a stone sarcophagus filled with something. It's hard to tell because it's a sketch, that if it's like just cool shadow inside or if it's like supposed to be filled with water or something. And it's like surrounded by trees. But meanwhile, Serenepth and Winsler finding things that are relevant. You already having been in this room and a bit like knowledgeable of stuff, you scan the nooks and crannies.
Oh, I love stuff.
You see in one of the corners where once was a bunch of rolls of canvas is now just a single lump of canvas, would be a good way of describing it. A small lump. Like
a lump.
I'm describing it as a lump. It looks like someone put a pile of something in the corner and then threw a little sheet over it.
Oh.
I'm going to turn my trident so that it's the handle.
Yeah.
And I'm going to like just touch it to see if it is something that is alive.
Oh boy.
Okay. You hear how hard are you poking it?
Poke it
I
hard.
wouldn't say very hard. Like it would be the strength of a poke to like if like your cat was asleep next to you and you kind of just reached out and like touched it just to like wake it up.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then you
if
throw
that
it
makes
off the bed.
sense. We were talking about cats earlier, so
A
now my brain is
penetrating
like,
poke.
cats.
Do not.
Nothing
do
like to
not.
like the focus is not to hurt it. It is to, if it is alive, make it aware of a
Yeah.
presence and hopefully move in response.
You reach out the handle of this large fork and gently poke at this mound in the corner. It's not too large, not too small. Probably larger than a cat, I would say. The size of a small
Oh, hell yeah,
dog.
big cat.
The size of a small dog.
It's Virgil.
Or a medium-sized cat. Or a large cat, even.
It's 10.
My son just went on a midnight walk.
And as you do, you hear a
Oh my god.
and you feel or you see and feel through the trident, or your fork, the little pile in the corner almost retract from your touch further into the corner.
Okay, I'm gonna walk over and I guess pull back the parchments that were on top of it.
The canvas sheet.
The canvas.
Now
Yeah.
let's
Yeah,
see
I'm gonna-
who you really are.
Let's see what's under this mask.
Yeah. And-
It's Artist. We found him.
yeah, he got tinied.
He got de-aged.
Yeah, you walk over, Serenep. Everyone in the room is aware of what's happening at this point. One of you, Mira or Integrity, can keep that note if you'd like, or just put it back on the ground.
I want to keep it because it's cool.
Okay.
Sarcophaguses is cool.
Sarcophagus is cool. But you all hear that like whimper come from the corner. Serenep and Winsler, you walk over in tandem, almost in a unified step, and together pull this canvas sheet off of what seems to be a small person, a halfling, to be specific. She has brown skin, almost shaved length brown hair.
Is this a Patreon NPC?
It is a Patreon.
Yes!
She pushes herself up against the corner. She looks immensely scared, frightful for a second. She's wearing what look like Winsler. You recognize what these robes look like. You threw them out in your garbage a couple weeks ago.
Oh my god, what?
They're like your like ramshackle interim school robes.
Oh, that I made
And-
myself?
You made yourself the ones that are like
Oh.
threadbare, almost
Oh
akin to
my
a
God.
bathrobe.
Oh my god.
The ones that you replaced recently with an actual nice set of tailored robes once
Can't
more.
believe they went through my trash.
What's
She-
another one's okay, I don't know the saying.
You don't know.
What another one's is
Yeah, whatever.
Um,
It's good.
an apple a day. You know what they say. I fucked it up. She looks worried for like 20 seconds as you all just stare in silence. If this was a show, we would get a single shot of like her face and then cut to one of your faces and then cut back to her face and then cut to one of your faces and back. And she just looks shocked, and a wave of relief does wash over as she realizes you're all also students of a sort. Do you want to say anything to her? She seems to be sitting in a stunned silence, like mouth hanging open. She reaches for like what looks like staff that has been like shoved behind one of these desks. Do you want to do anything?
Don't hurt us.
Serenep is
She stops midway through, like an animal who has been caught in the act of trying to push a cup off of a countertop or something. And she'll look up at you and say, I wasn't going to do that, I swear. You're not going to tell anyone that you saw me here, right?
Who are you?
Well, please promise you're not going to tell anyone first before I tell you who I am, though, please.
Yeah, fine, whatever. We'll be cool. Who are you?
We never saw each other.
Yeah, I didn't see anything. I'm Vanya. Vanya.
What is it?
Let me take it again.
actually?
Let me take it again. I'm Vanya.
Oh, but who are you? That's just a name.
I'm a student here.
Who are you really? Insight check.
Okay, you can make insight checks if you want, if you think that is not the truth, or that there is
I
something
mean,
being
that's
concealed.
she's being fucking
Yep,
weird.
convinced
but-
me.
Okay.
Mira, did
I'm
you
gonna
wanna
use
make a
my
check?
other die, yeah. That's better because it's a 14 plus.
That's a 7, by the way.
What's my insight? 3. A 17.
Serenep's gonna continue poking her. What were you gonna do, Serenep?
Were you gonna do something, Sarah?
yeah, I was going to bring the trident away and hold out my hand to help her out.
You do help. She takes your hand reluctantly. Mira, your eyes narrow as you read between the lines here. You see that robe. You see the threadbare
Yeah.
robe your friend once wore. You see this shaved little hooligan's head. She stands about just shy of 3 feet, I think. I have those information and the specific details, but she is halfling sized for the time being.
She's slightly taller than me.
And Mira, that is absolutely not the truth. There's no way this kid is a student here. I say kid, she's like
You're
the typical,
bullshit.
She's the right age.
Okay,
to
so
be
this is
here.
not like someone's little sister who snuck into the
No,
school
no.
and is living in the. But she's not
No.
a student. Okay.
It's
okay.
like she's the proper age, but it seems that she is not telling the truth about being a student.
Okay, I know you're not a student because I have eyes and I'm looking at you. So what's actually going on here?
Mira, stop being rude to her. She's
No,
a
she's
student
not.
here.
No, she's not. Look at her.
I'm going to stare at her.
Those are my old robes that I threw away.
Oh, are they?
Yeah,
I
because I
found
made them
them.
myself.
Luke,
Yes, Saranep.
looking at the destruction that came from the entrance at here, does it lead to this
Her?
person?
No, it doesn't.
Yeah.
It seems like it went in like the entryway, and there's like little scorch marks that might make it further in here. But the furthest reaches in here of this like golem safe house, as it were, are cold. There doesn't seem to be any ash or soot or burnt wood. In fact, there's a lot of flammable materials around you right now, which were not burnt. So I think that's good evidence to say that the carnage did not spread further into here.
Okay.
Um,
After helping the person up,
when she does take your hand, she also does grab her like quarterstaff, this single piece of wood hewn into like a rough cylinder, and it's probably only like a slightly taller than her, so it's a walking stick for most other people. But as you help her up, she does like she does not get close to you. She stands at a safe distance away as Mira questions her, and Winsler goes, "Those are my robes, though."
And Integrity
she-
trying to be like, she's a student. She said so.
I took an illusion class and other classes. I took an alchemy class.
Are you a student now at this current moment?
Yeah, are you a student? If so, name every class.
name every professor.
Name everything.
Do you know
I
Professor
am-
Cumberbatch?
Yes.
She's lying. She's lying.
There is no Professor Cumberbatch.
her face like it gets like her face goes a little bit redder, and she goes, I'm not a student, but
Are you a
it's
professor?
loose definition of no, I'm not a professor either. I'm like a loosely defined student in that I go to classes.
Oh my god, you did what I did my first year. Holy shit. This is Sam. This is
Yeah.
Saranep. Just go into a class and just be like, I'm gonna learn this today.
And I definitely have the robes. I don't have a dorm room, but I don't know if
How
we
did you
need a
even
dorm
get
room.
here? How did you get on campus? What is this?
Maybe we are on a cliff face that people can like.
Would you
climb
believe
into, that
me
kind of
if
thing.
I said I just happened to show up?
No.
like under the school or?
Someone let me in, and I've been staying here and going to classes in disguise.
Who are they? No.
Actually, that'd
Yeah.
be a good question to ask.
Yeah.
Oh.
So I won't tell anyone if you're just, going to classes and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, people like to learn.
Yeah, it's great. I've learned how to do nature things and how to read. That's about it, honestly. A couple of illusion spells. I didn't do the exams because that felt like there would be some paperwork associated with it.
I mean, I'm not one to judge on that stuff. Did you, by chance, and she's gonna, like, point over her shoulder to, like, the destruction that happened there? Like, so if you're, like, staying down here, do you know what happened back there?
Yeah.
Do you know where the individuals involved in that might be now?
I know that Ari went up to the campus
Okay.
to try to get help. And I don't know what happened. I didn't see what happened. And she'll point like to the doorway. Like you can see through all these archways. It's a straight room, and you can see that she's pointing
Yeah.
to like the doorway, like on the other side of that hall that everyone had ignored. She'll say, "I was in that cupboard. It's where I stay most of the time, and where I like study and things. I was in there when I heard a fight happening. It didn't sound amazing, and I was really scared. And then as soon as it was over, and there was still fire, and the door was broken down, and I was scared that Ari was hurt because I don't know what I would do without them. I came out, and they told me to stay in here until they came back, and that was 2 days ago. But I don't know who was involved or anything. I just know that I heard a lot of scraping and some yells, and then there was a lot of fire, and then nothing
Okay.
since then.
Okay. I'm gonna look to the rest of the group, and just so I can have the layout of the
Yeah.
Undercampus again.
Mhm.
Going down that little slope to the first 2 rooms, there's like a whole hallway that goes further in. Is that correct?
Yeah. So it's like a flat hallway, and then there's a room on the left where you all are now, and then there's the doorway on the right, which Vanya has just told you is like a broom cupboard essentially, where she like studies and does stuff. And then the slope continues, or then the path almost dips down and goes further down into the mountain.
Further
The
down.
depths. Yes.
Ooh.
Which is where, Winsler, you heard the running water coming from and smelt that rotten smell coming from. I don't think rotten's actually a good word. Maybe more just like stale would be a good way of describing it.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the layout of it, though.
Okay. I'm going to look to the others, and I'm going to say, I mean, there's only one other way to really go
Yeah,
from here.
We need to find artists. Are you gonna do you need anything? I don't really know what to say in this situation. Do you eat? Like, what do you have? Do you need food? Like, what? I don't.
Everyone eats.
I got
Yeah,
some
but how do
pork
you-
rinds if you need any.
You're kind of in a.
Winsler. Are you gonna offer pork rind? Yeah, of course I eat. Everyone eats.
I'll offer
No,
some
I
pork
know you
rinds.
need to eat to live, but
Oh,
are you good? I mean, what? I don't.
Well, I haven't eaten in 2 days, if that's what you're asking.
But how do you get food normally?
Either Ari or other people will bring it for me, or I can disguise myself and go and get it from the dining hall. But that's not. I don't really enjoy doing that because it seems a lot riskier. You know?
Vanya,
Yeah. Oh, yes.
can I ask you to do something for us?
What is it?
I'm not asking you to join us, obviously. That everything's crazy right now.
Mm-hmm.
When Ari comes back, or if Ari told you where they were going to go for help, could you just let them know, and whoever they have gone to talk to know, that we're here as well?
Mm-hmm.
Like, if they're bringing a search party down here, we want them to know how many people are like down here right now. That's possible.
Maybe if it's a big search party, I don't really want them knowing I'm here. I don't think they'd enjoy that, knowing there's like a stowaway.
You said you had like illusionary spells, right?
Mm-hmm.
Could you make yourself look like another student who would have no reason to be down here in the first place?
For a little
Just let
bit.
Ari know if possible.
I'll try my best.
Thank you.
But I can't promise anything amazing. Or if they even come back here. They haven't been here in 2 days. I was going to ask if you knew anything, since you're, real students. And she does like finger quotes.
Only
Rude.
just got back here a little while ago, and we haven't seen them around. Mind you, we haven't looked too far around campus since getting back. We were more looking for someone else.
Oh, okay.
How long have you been, down here for?
Since just before around the middle of summer, or no, just before the start of summer, because I showed up a little bit before the exams.
Oh, you've been
That
here
was a
for
while
long
ago.
time.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Well, does anyone have like food or anything we can? I don't really.
I got some pork rinds.
I'm going to I'm going to like go in my pockets and I have
Pull
like
out lint.
no, I have like a pouch of like shark gummies.
Crocorp shark gummies.
Yeah. So I have like some shark gummies and then I have a little bit of like salt crackers here. And then do you want a little bit of peanut butter? Okay, here's a little bit of peanut butter. Do you like licorice as well? You know what? You don't have to answer that. I can give you some licorice.
You know what? Don't answer
After
that.
20 gold worth of snacks.
Oh my god. You had those the whole time?
Well, you didn't tell me you needed some, and I was trying to save it for like really dire moments, and clearly she has not eaten for 2 days.
This is
Do you know how
incredibly
long
dire.
people can live without food? Quite a long time, actually. You need water more. But
If you want, because you would be helping us out with this. Okay, random question. Do we have keys to our dorm rooms?
Yes, you do.
Okay.
Who needs
I'm going
keys when
to
your door's
hand her-
missing?
I'm gonna I'm gonna hold out the key to my dorm room. Like, if
Yes.
you're looking for like some snacks and like a warm place to hang out until everything down here is sorted out, you can go to my room. It's on the 4th floor.
What? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, in like
Yeah,
the,
like it's
Yeah.
on the 4th
you
floor.
tell her the location.
Yeah,
of
yeah.
your
Give her like the
dorm.
directions.
Another important note: you all see Saranath pull out her room key, and your mental comparison of your shitty cast iron room keys that just are like a hoop with a single structure versus her gold plated room key. It has like an ornate, like carved handle to it, and like beautiful detail work.
does it have a
And also
diamond
just
keychain?
it also just generally looks like a much more intricate locking mechanism and much more secure.
I have a
This
question.
fucking school.
What's up, Winsler? Yeah, but
What,
she snatches it. She snatches it.
what
from
kind
your
of
fucking
tiny
hands.
objects are around this room?
You described to me. It's a little golem workshop.
Bucket.
I know. There's something that was here last time that I didn't bring up because it wasn't relevant. Winsler, you see a little tool bin there. Tell me if this is what you're looking for. You see a little tool bin. You see something. It catches your eye. Almost looks like a little potato peeler. And it's like a wooden handle with like this weird long. It's like a potato peeler, but imagine it like 6 inches long, like the actual peeler part, and like curved almost,
Oh, that's
Like a
weird.
tiny scythe.
like similar to a tiny scythe. Yeah.
You know what? This is probably one of them old-fashioned things you use to like get the rind off a melon.
That's a very good way of putting it, Ben. You see one of those. Is that fit your fancy?
Yes,
or no?
that fits my fancy.
Okay.
I am going to cast a spell.
What's the spell?
I'm going to cast Tiny Servant at 4th level because I can do that
Okay.
now.
Beautiful.
So I'm going to gently touch the key that Saraneth gave to her. I'm going to
Vanya.
touch the weird melon peeler.
Yes.
That's what we're calling it now. And a hammer.
Okay, there's a very doofy looking hammer that has like 2 circular heads on it that you touch. The key sprouts these beautiful, elegant legs and arms, and it like seems to like walk with a little waltz in its step. The like melon peeler, as you're putting it, the legs show up on one side of it. Like not like the bottom or the top,
Like
but
the
like
side.
almost as if you turn it sideways, so it's like 6 inches wide.
Oh my
and
God.
an inch tall.
Wide
with these little
lad.
arms, and then the hammer is just standing tall as a hammer would.
Yeah.
Do you have instructions for them? Vanya looks amazed at this.
I
as you know.
will instruct them to hang around Vanya and like keep her safe because we don't know exactly what else could be here, and I feel better if they are protected by friends.
Yeah. Okay.
While they're doing that, I'm giving like instructions like, okay, so like these snacks are in this drawer under this. The only big thing is I have a pet hedgehog who's probably going to be asleep
Yeah, he's at Phillips
at this time.
actually, if you recall.
really?
Unless Philip sleeps on Serenep's bed, missing
Well,
her.
I think you had described
Definitely.
leaving Virgil at Phillips. But
Oh,
either
yeah,
way,
I did, right.
Philip is back now. So he very
True.
likely has Virgil. You saw his backpack down at the planar research department. So, anyways.
Okay, skip that. Okay, ignore that part. So the snacks are here. There's some tea setups if you want to have some tea. If you want to take a nap, that's cool too.
Okay.
Like, make yourself at home, I guess.
Thank you so much for the. She's like carrying this giant bundle of snacks. Again, she's a very tiny little halfling. So she has like this giant stack of stacks stack of snacks in one hand. She has her quarterstaff in the other, and she's like bowing vigorously as these little tools and a key like guide her out into the hallway. I presume
The key knows where my room is, yes.
Yes, the key waltzes very happily towards the elevator. Happily is not the right word. Haughtily towards the elevator, and you see Vanya. She waves at you slightly as she raises up towards the campus. You see just before she disappears, she disguises herself and looks to be... she looks very similar, Mira, to Alina Hollyfield.
Okay. Does she look exactly like Alina, or is it like...
Yes, she looks identical
Okay.
to Alina Hollyfield. Yes.
When would she have seen Alina? Okay, interesting. Maybe Alina was the one who...
I mean, she's
Okay.
been around the campus probably
Yeah.
for a while now,
She's around
seeing
campus.
students and stuff.
But she would have had to be in disguise to go around campus.
Yeah.
We don't know what they were who they were disguised as first.
She always gets picked as people's...
Alina's the
God.
scapegoat.
Yeah.
Every time a
Jeez.
student was like sick in the infirmary, she became that student and just kind of went around.
You like people see Alina and they go, "You're a scapegoat."
It's the
That's
like
true.
when they're
Everyone's
thinking of
always
somebody,
saying
it's like,
her.
oh, Alina.
Yeah. So with that fun happiness having left, you're all standing, I presume, back in this hallway. The rancid air creeping up to meet you. Mira, you hear rushing water, Mira, and I think your brain would immediately wonder if that's what blocked your spell, because
Yeah.
that's been what's on your mind. Like, why is my magic not working? What's wrong? Is it something to do with my arm? Is it something to do with me, etc.?
Yeah.
So I think you would latch on to that running water sound mightily.
Makes sense.
Yep. What do the rest of you want to do, or what do you all want to do? I guess.
Proceed further into the depths.
I guess just like mentally preparing for whatever
the
might be
Undercampus.
happening.
Yeah.
Like what might happen to us down here.
Yes, I still
Okay.
have everything prepared. Or I
Okay,
re-prepared
okay.
everything. I didn't have it while we were talking to her because I didn't want to be threatening, you know?
Just a knife out.
Yeah. Yeah, like getting everything like ready in case we have to fight something.
Okay. In that case, you all do you all say anything to each other as you walk? Because you are just walking down the slope at this point, or are you silent? What's going on? Describe it to me with your voices.
Oh, when I get back to my room, I'm gonna take the longest nap.
God, same here. I need to rest. Hopefully, Vanya's resting fine at Serenep's. That was nice of you to do.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, everything. I mean, staying in a cupboard's pretty bad, but staying in a cupboard in a spot that looks to be sort of half destroyed just doesn't do.
Yeah, that's really messed up. It's just really messed up that she has to. Yeah.
I mean, hopefully, once everything's done, we'll get a clearer story of everything.
Yeah. She said that she learned how to read by coming here.
Fast
I
learner.
mean,
That's
maybe they learned from Ari, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I
That's
guess
true.
it's
That's always a
that Ari-
possibility.
adopted her, I guess. I don't know.
Okay.
oh, that's nice.
Do I still smell like garlic to you guys?
Yeah.
Yeah, all the time.
Wait, no onions.
No, I'm kidding.
Wrong vegetable. Oh, for real? I need to really take a bath when we get back.
Yes.
I think, like, obviously, like, when, like, this is Sam talking, just, like,
yes.
obviously, like, when they got back, Sereneth was just, like, in a horrible mood, and, like, with everything that was happening, things not going quite right,
Yes.
it got worse. Oddly enough, her threatening the pebble sort of got a lot of that anger out of her body. And then like seeing Integrity interact with the infirmary staff and like being her usual bubbly self kind of like helped her kind of turn over to be like, okay, like she's not angry anymore. And then obviously like meeting Vanya and being like, oh, this person needs help and I want to help them.
Mm-hmm.
She's still upset, but she's doing better because now she has something that she has to do.
Okay. Perfect. I like hearing that, honestly. Serenep's doing good means the world's doing good, I think. So you all
Threatening Pebbles doing God's work.
Serenep is the Waffle House of people.
I don't know what that means, and I don't know if I'm hurt or not.
The episode title, The Waffle House of People.
Wait, okay, no, seriously, what does that mean? I don't know.
Oh, no.
Okay, so there's this thing called the Waffle House Index where you can actually measure the scale of a natural disaster by whether or not the Waffle Houses in the States in a certain area are open and closed, because the whole thing with a Waffle House is they are always open unless there's like a huge dangerous hurricane or some shit. So you can literally measure the danger in certain places by the open status of Waffle Houses.
Oh.
So Serenep stays open even in very dangerous situations because she's a Waffle House?
Yes.
We love
Okay,
geospatial
cool.
statistics here. And so the four of you, enlightened spirits for a moment before the realization of what you're doing again kind of sets in, make your way down this slope. There are scratches on the walls, scratches in the floor, the running of water coming from in front of you. It grows louder and louder. You hear a crashing at this point, almost as water is falling to the ground in front of you. And you eventually come upon, essentially, there is a wall of water in front of you. It seems to be water just rushing downwards. Not incredibly clear and quite dark at this point. Most of you have dark vision, but that only permits you like gray shades of gray in this quality of light. Winslow, are you still conjuring like a little brick?
Yes.
Okay, so the golden light casts out on this water, and you see this gray hue to it. It's mostly gray, and on occasion you see like a fleck of green in it. But it's just this water rushing downwards. Quite fast, in fact. What would you like to do?
Can I smell the water? Does it
Yeah,
smell like sewer water? Or...
It doesn't smell like... Make an investigation check for me.
I don't know why.
Does it
my
smell
brain's like,
magical?
oh, you smell it. It's actually gasoline. Don't let it on fire.
Oh my god.
Beautiful. Give this to Loud.
What do you... Investigation, right?
Investigation, please.
I got 17.
Thank you. A 17. It doesn't smell like sewer water. You've spent much time in the sewers as a sewer girl. It smells like it's... You can very clearly see it moving in front of you, but it does smell like stale water that's been sitting for a while. Like, you know the way a bog, or like if you leave water in a sink for a long time, it just gets that stench to it. Do you know what I'm talking about? Like almost like like rotting kind of smell to it. Like water in a dish that might have food in it and you leave it for far too long. That kind of smell, but not sewery, not like gross or like overwhelming, but like a staleness, almost a rancidness, a sourness to the air.
So like normal water, not harmful. Like I don't have detect magic, but do I feel like this is like some weird water?
It's definitely weird water.
What if I stick my hand in it?
It's very cold. You
It melts.
make a strength saving throw.
Oh.
Uh-oh. Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye, everybody.
This is the second time
Get swept up
Winsler's
into the
been
current.
This is the second time in the entire podcast that Winsler has stuck himself into water.
5.
What's up? 5. You see Winsler get pulled fully into the water as soon as he sticks his hand into it.
Can I not like hold his feet?
Well,
Can we like grab him?
Pushed
Yeah.
down or like...
Like he just goes flying into this water.
Oh my
And
God.
that's where we'll end this episode.
Winsler got flushed down the toilet.
Windsor got taken down the wild water rapids.
Carla, could you give us an outro?
Whitewater kayaking will never be the
Ben.
same.
Thank you, Ben. I was like, are they going to be cautious about this or
I'm
not?
gonna stick my hand in it.
No.
Hello, everybody. Hope that you enjoyed today's episode, and that it flushed you right out like Winsler. Please leave a rating and a review on our iTunes or wherever you listen to this wonderful podcast. It really means a lot to us because we like hearing feedback from you all. It's very important to us so that we can improve or stay the same, whichever way you want it. Okay?
If you want us to say the same, give us them 5-star reviews.
We also
If you hate it, give us a 4-star review.
We also have our socials at Trials and Trebs, and by socials, meaning Instagram and Twitter. There you can have access to teasers and pictures and just a bunch of cool stuff. Sometimes giveaway if possible, but sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't. And that's how giveaways work because it's not all the time. Next is we have a Patreon. With a Patreon, you can help us keep things going, keeps the system running like this waterfall that is stale and sour.
If you two want to fucking blow Winsler into like the water, donate on Patreon.
Rude. And we would also like to thank the person who gave us the wonderful NPC Vanya. Thank you to Sharik.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And last but not the least, we have a Discord server that if you want to join us and party with us, go ahead and join. Cool people only. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Not cool people only, but like...
No. Anyone can join, but the second they join, they become cool. Everyone is welcome to become
You can find the
cool.
link to that on our socials.
And in the description of
And in
every
the description
episode.
down below.
Thank you, everyone, for listening. I hope you tune in next week for the Ben Only Show featuring Ben, where he goes on a wonderful water adventure.
You stick your hand. You
Oh my
stick
gosh, I
your
didn't know
hand
Ben is
in
Barbie.
like water once, and suddenly you're being flushed away.
Bye, everyone.
It's Ben's
Tune in
Summer
next week.
Adventure.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.